You guys will never believe what Israel's military just uncovered in Gaza City. Deep beneath UNRWA's headquarters, a massive Hamas tunnel was discovered, but what was inside the tunnel was deeply incriminating for a UN organization who claims to simply be dedicated to caring for Palestinian refugees inside Gaza. What exactly did they find? Well, they found electricity run all the way from the tunnel to UNRWA's headquarters building. IDF went into the UNRWA building and they found weapons, explosives, ammunition, and Hamas intelligence assets, proving that this terrorist organization actually used UNRWA as one of their offices. Guess what? UNRWA has now denied any involvement or having any idea that Hamas was using their building for electricity and as offices and as storage facilities for weapons and explosives. But what did you expect from such a corrupt organization? All of those details coming up on today's show. I'm Luke. This is the Israel Guys. Hello and welcome to the Israel Guys, where we believe that in a world of anti-Israel propaganda and Jew hatred, you should have a direct connection to the land and people of Israel. Guys, apologies for my voice. I have a slight cold, so you'll probably be hearing that coming through on today's show. But if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, notification bell, leave us a comment down in a comment section if you're a new viewer or listener. If you're listening on a podcast platform, do us a favor and give us a 5-star review. We would much appreciate that. Guys, we have a big giveaway going on. We're giving away a big, huge bundle from our online store, the Israel Guys store. We're talking about several t-shirts, one of our amazing leather patch hats. We're talking about books. Go check it out. Click the link down in the description below. All you have to do to enter the giveaway is give us your email list, your email address, sign up for our email list, and we'll be pulling one winner at the end of the month of February. So go check that out. Link in the description below. We got big wins coming your way. So to get into the details of today's incriminating evidence, the IDF, as you know, has been fighting in southern Gaza, but now they've decided to start sweeping certain parts of central and northern Gaza just to make sure that they're not missing anything. And they've been doing very targeted missions, central Gaza, northern Gaza, including Gaza City. They've so far been very successful, uncovering more terrorist infrastructure and sites, killing 120 terrorists. But they just uncovered a massive tunnel. We're talking 700 meters long. That's about 2,100 feet or so, and 18 meters deep, very, very deep. And it's directly underneath the UN Relief and Works Agency's headquarters building in Gaza City. Okay, so far, and we're going to show a lot of this footage on the screen, but you can also check out all of the source links in the description below. This is all over social media, all over internet news sites right now, so you can look at footage for yourself. We're going to show you some of the footage on the screen because the IDF is getting good at just documenting what they find when they find incriminating evidence and putting it out there for you to see. But what they found inside this tunnel, they first of all figured out that this was a pretty significant intelligence central hub for Hamas. Now that they found it and destroyed it, they're greatly weakening Hamas's intelligence arm. But they found servers in the tunnel, massive electricity and intelligence servers, data servers. But they found electricity cables running up towards the surface. They followed the cables, and where did it go? Directly to UNRWA's headquarters building. So after they figured that out, the IDF figured we need to raid the building and see what else is inside. Okay, this is UNRWA, United Nations Relief and Works Agency, dedicated to helping Palestinian refugees, okay? Mostly inside Gaza, the West Bank, also Jordan, and probably Syria. But they're a UN agency simply just dedicated to helping Palestinian refugees, right? So the IDF raids the UNRWA building, their headquarters building, and what do they find inside of the building? Lots of weapons and ammunition, rifles, ammunition, grenades, explosives, and intelligence documents from Hamas. So this means that Hamas has been using the UNRWA building as offices, using it to store intelligence assets. It also means that Hamas is getting electricity and data through their servers into their tunnel network underneath, one of their main intelligence tunnels underneath the UNRWA building. So IDF releases this footage. Obviously, this means that UNRWA is even more corrupt than we originally thought. 2 weeks ago, evidence came out that at least 12 UNRWA employees participated in October 7th attacks, and now a lot of countries have cut funding to UNRWA, but it gets worse and worse and worse. Obviously, as you would expect, UNRWA Commissioner General Philippe Lazzarini denied any involvement. He put a very lengthy and terribly written series of bullet points on X. The English was not even that great, but and I'll have a link down to that below as well. But he denies the agency having any knowledge or involvement of Hamas's presence, even though his building was actually running electricity to the tunnel. And he said, I'll tell you a couple of his bullet points that I'll quote those for you. He said, quote, UNRWA is made aware of reports through the media regarding a tunnel under the UNRWA headquarters in Gaza. UNRWA staff left its headquarters in Gaza City on October 12th, following the Israeli evacuation orders and as bombardment intensified in the area. So what he's trying to say is, we left on October 12th. We haven't been back. So how were we supposed to know there's a Hamas tunnel? Well, I'm going to tell you one thing. A 700-meter long tunnel that's 18 meters deep under the ground doesn't get built in the last 3 months, okay? But he went on. He said, quote, we have not used that compound since we left it, nor are we aware of any activity that may have taken place there. In times of no active conflict, UNRWA inspects its premises every quarter. The last inspection of the UNRWA Gaza premises was completed in September 2023. Obviously, they missed a few things. If they actually had an inspection going on, they missed things like checking where their electricity was running, checking their electric and water bills maybe, checking offices for rifles and ammunition, explosives, and Hamas intelligence documents. And lastly, he said, UNRWA is a human development and humanitarian organization that does not have the military and security expertise nor the capacity to undertake military inspections of what is or might be under its premises. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think it takes military capability to check your electric bill. Maybe that would have been a real easy place to start for Lazzarini. He went on to say that an independent investigation should be conducted, but unfortunately, it's currently not possible because Gaza is a war zone. Now, I just want to say, I always love it. You can just predict that as soon as the IDF uncovers a new tunnel or new damning evidence inside Gaza, and they film it and they put the raw footage out there on the internet for people to see, what is the first thing that everybody jumps to? Well, we don't have actual proof. We don't have actual evidence. We need to wait till the evidence comes out. What more evidence do you need? You guys can see it on the screen for yourself. You can look at all the links that I put in the description below and watch all of the IDF footage showing the electricity, showing the data servers, showing the intelligence documents, showing the weapons and explosives. What more evidence do you need? It's just because the world is so anti-Semitic that they can't believe anything that the IDF puts out, right? Well, it's right in front of you. By the way, Israel invited UNRWA to take a tour of the uncovered tunnels and servers that are connected to their building. So far, crickets. I have a question for you. Where do you buy your olive oil and honey from? What about tea, chocolate, or cosmetics? If you knew that you could get these items from Israel and that your purchase would help families living in Israel's heartland to thrive, would you be interested? What if I told you that you could purchase all of these items and a whole lot more easily online, and everything will be shipped straight to your doorstep in a matter of days? Enter Blessed by Israel. The truth is, Blessed by Israel was founded by very good friends of ours after coming to Israel on a trip with our organization many years ago. When they met the brave pioneers who live here, and they were inspired to help these families thrive by bringing their products to the United States. Every purchase you make is a direct investment in the family-owned businesses who are located in Israel's biblical heartland. Every purchase helps an amazing family place their roots even deeper in their ancient homeland. As you consider where to make your investments this year, I urge you to consider buying as many products as possible from Israel. Visit Blessed by Israel, that's B-U-Y Israel, to check out their amazing product line, or click the link in the description below. Blessed by Israel is bringing the beauty of Israel's heartland straight to your doorstep. Visit blessedbuyisrael.com or click the link in the description below today. Okay, so the IDF is not holding back. They're hitting back hard at UNRWA. They're saying, UNRWA, you knew what was going on. There's no way you did not know. Major Nir Dinar, IDF spokesman to the international press, said, quote, a lesson in responsibility taking from Lazzarini. You have to be very naive to think that the UNRWA personnel did not know what was happening under their feet. The IDF is saying there's no way that UNRWA didn't know anything about what was going on right under their noses. Lieutenant Colonel Peter Lerner, another IDF spokesman, said, quote, all UNRWA needed to do was check the power and water bills. Simple, pretty easy. You don't need a military intelligence unit or an independent investigation to check your electricity bills. He went on to say, quote, here's a free media lesson. You should have started this tweet. He's talking about Lazzarini's tweet on X like this. I'm extremely concerned and alarmed with the reports being made public about the alleged abuse of the sanctity of UN premises by the Hamas authorities in Gaza. He's saying that would have been a better way to start off your response to this damning evidence that the IDF has uncovered. IDF spokesman Peter Lerner went on to say, I wonder if you're now going to condemn Hamas for putting your operations and the people you're supposed to serve at risk, or are you going to continue to blame Israel for your utter failure? You guys can let me know what you think. I mean, you think they're actually going to condemn Hamas? Has UNRWA ever condemned Hamas? Have they ever said anything against Hamas? You guys tell me. Spokesman Peter Lerner went on to say, I worked as a humanitarian officer for years with UNRWA. I had much respect for your mission and your commitment and many friends among your staff. Today, I feel duped. Like many of the governments that have frozen your funds, the EU at minimum turned a blind eye to the truth. Minimum turned a blind eye to the truth. Minimum. We know that for sure, 100% fact, no contradictions, no argument with that statement. Coordination of government activities in the territories quoted Lazzarini's post and responded, oh, you knew. Digging a tunnel takes longer than 4 months. We invited senior UN officials to see, and during past meetings with you and other UN officials, we stated Hamas's use of UNRWA's headquarters. You chose to ignore the facts so that you can later try and deny them. UNRWA's involvement in terrorist activity, including their employees participating in the massacres on October 7th, and they're teaching in UN curriculum violence and hate against the Jewish people in the state of Israel. Continued evidence coming out of storing weapons and explosives under their hospitals and schools. It goes on and on and on. This agency should be shut down. It should be permanently shuttered. Over and over again, Israel uncovers more evidence, more proof, more documents, more tunnels, more school facilities, and hospitals being used as cover, being used as human shields. Now, maybe it's not all UNRWA's fault, but yes, they definitely knew much of what was going on. As Israel has said, at minimum, they turned a blind eye. At maximum, they were directly involved with terrorist activities. They're directly in bed with Hamas. You can't ignore the facts anymore. Thankfully, many countries have now cut funding to UNRWA, this horribly corrupt organization. I just hope that this might be the final nail in the coffin. And the United Nations Relief and Works Agency, who's supposed to be helping Palestinian refugees, is actually shuttered because they're not helping Palestinian refugees. They're helping Hamas. They're helping Fatah. They're helping Palestinian Islamic Jihad fight against Israel. They're teaching children to hate Israel. They're teaching children to commit violence against Israel. And they're hiding and aiding and abetting terrorists who simply want to murder and kill Jews. Let's just hope that they will be closed and shuttered forever so that other people who actually want to do good things can step in and provide help and assistance for Palestinian Arabs who actually need help. Guys, don't forget to click the link down below or go to blessedbuisrael.com to purchase beautiful products from small Israeli businesses in Judea and Samaria. Israel needs your support right now more than ever. As always, subscribe to the channel and get that conversation going down in the comment section below. Don't forget, tune out the fake news, tune into what is actually happening in Israel's biblical heartland. We're here every single day, Monday through Friday, with your direct connection to the land and people of Israel.